Today's guest says he made his first million at only 17 years old. At 24, he was already working for Nokia in Finland. Meet Moses Acquah, a Ghanaian tech entrepreneur who's also the CEO of Afrolynk. Well, that's a platform that's connecting African startups with European startups. Welcome to Africa's Finest, a DW Africa YouTube show that profiles extraordinary Africans doing extraordinary things in the heart of Europe, Germany. We are in Berlin for this episode to find out why Moses Acquah left his promising life back in Ghana to explore the world.
My name is Moses Acquah. I am the founder of Afrolynk and also the CTO of Green Tech Capital, former CTO, I would say. I'm very passionate when it comes to technology, and I'm a self-believer of making it no matter what.
Afrolynk.
Yes.
What does it do? What do you do with your company?
So Afrolynk is actually a non-profit. It's more like a foundation. Afrolynk actually, we call it Innovate, Connect and Accelerate. So the whole idea is to transform ideas into products and services. And then also Connect is to actually bring like minds together. It's more of knowledge sharing. And then
hence Afrolynk.
Exactly. And we are linking actually Africa with Europe and definitely the rest of the world. And giving back was what inspired us to start Afrolynk and build it to the next level.
Moses grew up in a typical Ghanaian home with both parents working. His father was an engineer, so it was hardly surprising when Moses started taking toys and other machines apart.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to travel. My father would travel on his engineering work, so I always wanted to travel. So I think my first job...
It was almost expected that he would follow in his father's footsteps and become an engineer. But he had different dreams.
I got a scholarship to go to the US to do an internship and also study in Webster University.
What made you go to India?
So what happened was when I got there, I was very honest with my boss. I said to him, look, I'm not an IT person, but I'm ready to learn. And he made a very, I would say, literal joke by saying that if you want to be an IT guru, go to India. And I took it for his word and I said, I'm going to get to India. I'm going to go to India. And it was...
Moses succeeded in going to India through ISEC, a global platform for young people to explore their potential. He had saved enough from working part-time in Ghana, and while he was in India, Moses utilized the time to learn computer science from the numerous working IT schools in the country's capital, Delhi. It was in India that he met his girlfriend at the time, who led him to the next country on his world tour, Finland. Moses was on a roll, but his time in Finland would push him to the limit.
In Finland was really tough, and especially when I had information I'm expecting a baby, I was like, okay, this is not going to be easy.
Without a legal work permit, Moses was forced into the undocumented labor market. He not only had to earn a living for his girlfriend and unborn baby, he also needed to get a work and resident permit.
I started with taking a mini job, an odd job, which was supposed to pay me, I think €6 if I remember correctly.
What job was
an
that?
hour. So I was cleaning in a retail shop, and I would wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock and walk almost an hour to get to the retail shop, clean for an hour, and then walk back. Why? Because I couldn't pay for the bus ticket of €2.50.
Just one way, €2.50.
One way, €2.50, and then back €2.50. And for me, it was quite expensive. And I'm already
you're only
earning €6. So it was really tough. There were times where in the cold and actually I had just entered Finland in March. So it was pretty cold.
What comes next?
So
Moses was caught between a rock and a hard place.
I realized that this whole waking up in the morning is not going to help me.
He could not share his problem with the family back in Ghana, and neither could he share his challenges with his Finnish partner, who expected him to cater for their child.
So I went to see the contractor who was actually giving the job and said, hey, I would like to have a contract because I have a company. And at that moment, it is my company that I have registered in Ghana that I was in my head referring to, because I had not registered any company in Finland.
He quickly registered his Ghanaian company Acme Consultancy Oil Limited, which he had started as a university student.
So what I did then was to define all odds. I went back to the to the contractor, and asked for more hours.
He did get the 4 hours as promised, but work became so much that he had to subcontract other people to help him.
That was when I remembered that I could actually hire 2 people, make it fair for them also if they want to go to school, by the way, but then also earn money so that I can do what I want to do.
Before all this, Moses had a business acumen nurtured from his teenagehood.
So I started my first business, which was the fast food, which was called Chocolate City.
At what age did you start the business?
I think that was around the age of 16. But I always had this mindset I wanted to be a millionaire. And it had been very important that I wanted to feel being a millionaire, because it wasn't that easy. And again, I would say my mom had to sacrifice everything to make sure we went to the best of school, make sure that everything was okay. Going through all this made me have the ambition that I want to be a millionaire. And in those days, to be a millionaire in Ghana wasn't easy, but also a bit easy, in a sense that if you make 1 million, that's what I used to think, you are a millionaire. So I started saving and trying to make it happen. And during that time, we started another business, which was called...
There's no resting for Moses Acquah from primary school or junior high school, right?
Yeah.
Through senior high school and now to university, your third big business.
Yes. So we started a printing business. It was pretty going well.
After Chocolate City, he started a letter delivering service in junior high school and a printing service in university. He had learned a lot about running a lucrative business. Now Acme, the Finnish company, was becoming one of Finland's biggest employers for African migrants. This whole time, Moses was still looking for a white-collar job.
There was an opportunity to apply for jobs, and actually I had applied for so many jobs.
So you were doing dishwashing and other services, but still applying for a white.
But even after building a booming business and completing his master's in software engineering, he couldn't find a job.
I was going for interviews. I remember I would dress up really nice in my suit, and then after quickly change, put it in a bag before I go to do my dishwashing.
His applications had been turned down so often that he almost gave up until something major happened.
At this moment, all my confidence was dying in terms of professional work. I was happy with the other business because it was going well.
Nokia brought him in as an intern, but just a few years down the line, he climbed the company's ladder and became its innovation manager for the West African sub-region. It was time to go back home. After 5 years with Nokia, Moses moved on to other international engagements before settling down as an independent tech entrepreneur. But his time in Finland was pivotal for Moses. He created the Ghana-Finland Chamber of Commerce. Even after he left Finland, he still wanted to link African and European talents and resources. That's why he started Afrolynk. This time around from Germany's capital, Berlin. He had returned to Europe from West Africa and settled in Berlin to exploit the city's vibrant startup scene like this, EduTech Forum. Moses presented Afrolynk's best product, Factory 24, a platform that offers African youths lessons in entrepreneurship, among other courses.
When it came to entrepreneurship, we realized that the youth were hungry for the next thing. They were hungry to get a new job or start their own business. And so when we looked at what would be more interesting and more viable, we started with the two courses, which is entrepreneurship and career development.
This is more of like the home office, but also I think this is where I'll call it a private office for some of the stuff.
Moses is a man of many talents. As I wrap up my time with him, he shows me Afrolynk's second office where his team often meets. With such a career journey, any reflections he has made?
I think there's a tough awareness that I've gotten, which is basically I need to really prioritize certain things. Like I can see that I'm okay when it comes to professional life. Everything is sweet, everything is beautiful, everything, it's okay. But I'm not paying attention to the other side of it.
As my day with Moses in the German capital comes to an end, I can't help but think there's still so much more to this inspiring man.
As we've just had, Afrolynk's educational platform, Factory 24, has over 3,000 students registered in 8 African countries. All of them interested in entrepreneurial skills, career development, and so much more. I feel inspired. What about you? Let me know in the comment section below.